1.
What's up, Big League? It's coach of them boys, Luke Bain. And boy, what a season it's been. Obviously, I'm not too happy on my team's performance this week, but it's okay. I got a job to do, and I still got to do a rundown. But first, I have a special guest with us today. Not just one, but two. First one is Jeremiah Forster, coach of McPussy McDaniel. How you doing? Welcome.
I'm good. How you doing, Big League?
Thank you for giving us your time. But the thing is, I'm not doing the interview. I have a special guest that has made time for us, the Big League. Primetime himself, Deion Sanders.
McPussy McDaniel. What's up, baby? What's up, bro?
Oh, shit.
What's going on? Oh, you know why you here? 6-0, undefeated, running down these motherfuckers like it ain't nobody's business. Holla if you hear me. How you do?
I'm doing well. How are you, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Just ready to be here in the state of Louisiana. It's a hot, no New Orleans day. Loving it. Good food and also delicious Gatorade, which we sponsored by today. Now, let's get started. Let's talk about your bread and butter. Christian McCaffrey. What's it like having somebody like that?
What's there to say? He speaks for himself.
I mean, the brother running up and down the field, and not a single son of a bitch can tackle him. I mean, what's up with that?
It's amazing. It's an honor to have him on my team.
I mean, he's almost got to take my nickname from me. He looked like Mr. Primetime himself.
He's doing pretty well, yes.
Now, let's talk about your quarterback situation. Kyle Murray, rookie. Outstanding quarterback. Not really playing to top elite par yet, but the man getting it done.
He's getting his job done for me, absolutely.
I mean, he leading your locker room. I like that. I like that a lot. He's a scrambler. He knows how to make a play happen.
I agree.
Now let's talk about your new receiver, Julio Jones, a personal friend of mine. You know, he kind of hit and miss now. I think it's Matt Ryan. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, but they cannot win a game.
I agree. They're just, in my opinion, they're just not getting the ball enough. But, you know, I feel like he's elite, and his time will come.
All right. Now, one more brother I want to talk about that really was a steal of the draft. Austin Hooper. Tell me about that boy.
Man, I heard good things about him preseason, and I just took a chance on him, and I would say it's panning out pretty good.
That's great, man. That's great, man. I'm so glad you give me your time today and share this moment with me. I'm so happy for you and your team, and I hope it keeps going. You know, I know you ain't won a championship yet. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It could come one day, but I got to go. It's a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Forster.
Thank you,
Prime. Prime time out, baby.
Thanks, Prime.
Brought to you by Gatorade.
Wow. Was it Mr. Primetime here?
Prime was here. It's unreal.
Oh my God. Come have a seat, man. Let's go ahead and I guess do this rundown of this week and you know, typical shit that we've been doing. We're gonna do this week and we're gonna move on to next week. So let's start off. Obviously, my first match and my worst performance of the season.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, sorry about that. Of course.
Didn't you fire the last tech guy?
I did.
So we have no fire.
All right, we right back in it, baby. No problem. So we're gonna start it off with my match between me and the Lone Ranger. Now, what an ass kicking. It was definitely a humbling experience. Todd Gurley obviously couldn't play. I had to pick up a random stranger off the Giants offense, which, you know, really didn't do much for me Thursday night.
You took a chance.
Took a chance. And it took balls to even put him on the bench before even knowing he wasn't going to play, but I'm glad he didn't. But it still didn't help my cause. Now,
But it's the right move.
It is.
It was the right move.
Now, Mike, I'm going to tell you right now, I told everybody before Sunday, Matt Ryan and Devontae Freeman were going to have a day, and they did. So we're going to start off with you. Matt Ryan with a 34-point fantasy production with his running back, Devontae Freeman, with a 26-point fantasy production. And let me just cue in a little music here. Aaron Jones still has to play tonight, which you don't even need him. You already whooped my ass. Robert Woods got one touchdown. He was quiet the rest of the game. I was a little concerned when he started off hot like that. Michael Thomas did what he did. Teddy got him in. Atkins for your tight end. Whatever. Marvin Jones, you got him tonight. Don't even need them. Your team performed outstanding, and you're actually still projected 150 points. So well done, sir. My team entirely took a shit, missing some key players. Drew Brees, obviously, Todd Gurley. Odell actually, for once, had a good game with 101 reception yards and a few catches to give me 16 points. Austin Eckler had a quiet day. James White still consistently getting me over 10 points, solid flex. And the biggest hit for me was Cooper Kupp with only 5 points. Definitely a underperformance there. But overall, my team played like shit, and Mike, you took the W. Well done, sir. Moving on, I'll let you take this one. Comeback Kid versus Unbeatables.
Let's see what we got here. All right, so first I'm gonna go with Unbeatables. Tom Brady, good performance. Jordan Howard, been doing good, not too good this week. Leonard Fournette, he's been coming around. Very good performance this week. Alshon Jeffrey, 76 yards and touchdown. Very surprising, very good week for him. Devontae Parker,
Respectable.
11 points. He actually caught a touchdown. See, Will Dissly, career-ending Achilles injury. That is a tough blow to your squad. Let's see, Valdez Scantling, you have him tonight. Boswell, Rams defense. All right. Moving on to comeback kid of the year.
Yeah, little Buffkin here.
A surprising move. He puts Case Keenum in. Gets 17. Okay.
Yeah.
James Conner, showing why he picked him in the first round. Pretty good, 30 points.
Silence in the Hayes.
Chris Carson has been very, very solid, 25 points. Adam Thielen has been doing his thing.
17.
Amari Cooper left the game early,
Yeah.
got hurt, didn't return.
Dallas is looking like shit, man.
Agreed, and I love it. G. Swam, tight end for Jacksonville, didn't do anything. They did play the Saints defense. Day Westbrook, 8 points. Prater tonight, Seahawks defense 8. I'm going to have to go ahead and give this one to the comeback kid of the year. I think he's going to pull it off. Lindbergh has a chance, but with that James Conner performance last night,
Very small chance.
they'll probably win.
And that's a question I asked myself last night. When will the Unbeatables become unbeatable again? Big question. Only for him to answer. Moving on. We had the Brady Bunch versus the Villain. Now, the Villain, obviously, coming off of a W last week, I believe, right? Did he defeat
He did win last week.
Who did he play? Who was it? I can't remember. Anyways, you won last week. You're 2-3. You definitely needed a W this week. But guess what, Dan? Luke Podden did it way more than you being at 1-4, and he whooped your ass. And he still has players to play tonight. With 128 points on the board versus your 98 Villain, and you only have one player left, and you're projected 115. Not looking too hot. So let's start off with Luke Pod. Didn't even have his quarterback play yet, and he has 128 points on the board. Very, very impressive performance. Adrian Peterson, 15 points. They even said that he was going to be more involved this week, and he was. David Johnson, like we talked about before, Luke, I always like to put David down, but he had an outstanding performance.
Can't deny it.
Edelman, 20 points. Godwin, 25 points. Godwin's been hot as a firecracker. Greg Olson, hit or miss, but he still put up a respectable 9 points. Then you got Moore with Carolina, 15 points. And your kicker, 10, defense 4. Now we're going to go hop into the dumpster fire, Mr. Villain. Deshaun Watson, very good performance, 30 points. Le'Veon Bell, 12 points is not a Le'Veon Bell score to me. You should be getting at least 20 with that dog. You still got carry on. He ain't going to save you tonight, but he might get you like 10 to 15. And you got Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd was last year's cream of the crop. He was a nice little pickup. This year, really hadn't been impressed with him. The Red Rocket just ain't really giving him the action he needs. And maybe it's because AJ Green's not in the show. Then you got Calvin Ridley with a 14-point performance at Arizona. Calvin is a really hit or miss guy. You can't depend on him too much. But at the same time, Julio Jones is just as good, in my opinion, with the performances he's been putting up. Then you got Andrews, solid 13 points, not bad. Sony Michel had a good game with 13 points, and you kicker 6 and defense 4. So it looks like Brady Bunch is definitely going to run away with this one. Now, since the next one's yours, Jeremy, and it's your turn anyway, I want you to talk about it.
All right. So it's Me Pussy, Me Dak, and Me Shot versus the Fireballs. I'll start off with Ryan. Lamar Jackson, very good performance, 30 points. Sean McCoy, 6 points. That's not surprising to me. Zeke, 26 points. That's usually what he does. So Mike Evans with 20 points. Nice bounce back from that 0-point performance for the Saints last week. DJ Chark, 7 points. He's been very hot. He did play the Saints defense. I'm sure Lattimore was all over him.
First game I've seen him without a touchdown.
I agree. Kittle, 18 points. Kittle's an animal. Brandon Cooks, 6 points. Rams, and nobody did anything for the Rams. Zerline, 1 point. Very surprising to me. Vikings defense with respectable honor. Now we'll go to my squad. Kyler Murray with 31 points. He played Atlanta. It was a really good matchup for him. You know, Melvin Gordon, 7 points. He hasn't been coming around after his holdout, but they just couldn't run the ball yesterday, so okay. Christian McCaffrey, 21 points.
Modest performance.
Modest. I expected more. I think he had 20-something rushes and had 31 total rush yards.
Can't kill the man.
And he still got 21. It's just,
He's an animal.
Julio Jones, 108 receiving yards, 18 points.
Yeah.
I expect that. Juju Smith-Schuster, 1 point. Not liking it. Austin Hooper, surprise tight end of the year, 25 points.
It's consistent.
Scary Terry McLaurin, 2 touchdowns, 26 points. Could be possibly the best waiver wire pickup of the year.
And that's from the skin.
And I got him for free.
And it's from the skin.
Mike Nugent, 4 points. Chargers defense, big disappointment.
Special teams didn't do too hard.
Bears won. So, I won 140, 125. Freeman, you've just been having the worst luck ever, my man. You have a decent
This
squad.
team's been putting up points.
I'm sorry, it's just bad luck.
Fantasy defense just ain't good. So next match is going to be Creamy Bays versus Mr. Schneef himself. Schneef is actually, with a 4-1 record, Charlie really needed this bounce back win because he's on a 2-lose streak. But he's not out the woods yet. He's 3-2 right now with 117 points. His team is complete. Then you got Schneef with a kicker, which I believe is Mason Crosby, and his receiver, Galladay, what he's at 79 points. So, with this, it looks like he needs a total of 39 points to win tonight. Now, is it possible? Anything's possible in the NFL. Galladay could have a huge primetime night. It's happened before, and Crosby could put up a good, solid 12 to 15 points. You never know. It could be a field goal city. I've had a kicker one year put up 30 for me before. It just could be, and you never know what can happen.
It's possible.
Excuse me. So this game isn't over. But let's talk about what has been happening here. Patrick Mahomes, 21 points. Mark Ingram, 15. Joe Mixon, biggest turd running back I think of the season. I really can't stand Joe Mixon right now. DeAndre Hopkins actually finally putting up a solid game with 16 points, which still isn't even really Hopkins' performance.
No, way better. He should be doing way
it's
better.
First round pick, he should be putting up at least 20 a game average. Tyler Lockett, deep threat. He's a hit or miss, but he got a good 12 points. Travis Kelce really underperformed this week. 9 points, less than 10 for Travis Kelce. It's terrible. Josh Gordon went out with injury Thursday night, I believe, right?
That's correct.
1 point. I don't know his status, but we'll have to see. Will Lutz with a good 8 points, and Patriots defense, which is red fucking hot. I've never seen a defense perform this good. I was looking at them yesterday. They're averaging over 20 points a game, which is insane. 26 points. Let's move on to Schneef. Russell Wilson. What else can I say? The man is just an outstanding quarterback, I have to admit. And
He's an MVP candidate.
I've hated on him quite a bit, and he's gaining my respect slowly but surely. Russell knows how to make plays happen when stuff isn't going their way, especially in the fourth quarter. Then you got Williams for the KC. KC running backs have really been in question here. As high power as their offense has been, it's really surprising that him and McCoy just can't get it going. And they're relying on the throw. But you got Patrick Mahomes, so I don't blame him. Then Kamara. As a Saints fan, I can both agree it was kind of hard to see him keep pushing him in the offense when he was somewhat injured.
Correct.
And I think we could have gotten Latavius Murray more involved. And it looked like that one run they called back to the flag, he didn't run too bad. And you got Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, besides the week he played me, has really been underperforming, and I really just blame it on the Chargers as a whole. The way they're running offense it's like they don't even know what the game plan is. They go out there, is it Eckler? We got Melvin now, and I feel like, is Melvin coming back bad for him? I'm being honest, they had a solid plan, and then Melvin comes back, and it's like, well, we're going to make Melvin our starter. So I don't know if it changes things, locker room, I don't know. But the Chargers got their ass whooped last night. Then we already talked about it. We got Galladay and Crosby tonight, which really could be a game changer. A little waiver wire pickup with Everett for tight end, 2 points, really underperformed, but he's one of those guys that can have a good game. But the Rams as a whole did terrible. And you got Fitzgerald, the veteran, 12 points. Very solid. This game is yet to be over. Corey has a fighting chance tonight. Good luck to you, sir, wherever you are. And Creamy Beige, just pray to God. Next one and the last one for this week. I'm going to let you take it. Cream of Lou versus Bearded Wonder.
All right, Cream of Blue, Bearded Wonder. Or technical. All right, I'll start with Bearded Wonder. Carson Wentz, 22 points against a pretty good Minnesota defense, very respectable. Dalvin Cook with 13 points. Usually does better than that, but Philly's rush defense is very, very good. Ito Smith, I'm not sure where this came from. He got 6 rushing yards. That's one of Frankie's, random. Anyway, Stephon Diggs. Wow,
Finally.
big bounce back game,
Finally.
43 points. That is very, very good.
I mean, it was bound to happen.
P. Williams from Miami, 5 points. That's all I need to say about that. Zach Ertz, 7 points. You could do better than that. Robbie Anderson with one of those.
Robbie Anderson game.
I had a 90-yard receiving touchdown. So that's good. 20.
Will he do that every game? No.
Absolutely not. 23 points.
End of the day, it's still the truth.
His kicker is Gay, 6 points, and 49ers defense, 10 points. 49ers defense, I believe, is for real this year.
They are for real. The whole team, I think, is for real.
Now we'll go with Cream of Blue. Last year's champion. The championship curse is real, in my opinion. For Jared Goff, 1 point. 49ers, again, good defense. Jared Goff, he just doesn't do it for me. Philip Lindsay, I'd say a solid running back. 15 points. He's been doing pretty good. Nick Chubb, 28 points. Nick Chubb's been coming around. I like Nick Chubb. Will Fuller, coming off a 50-50 burger last week, 9 points. Michael Gallup, Dallas is becoming what they truly are. 8 points, not really good. Jason Witten, 10 points, pretty good. Derrick Henry, 4 points. That's why I traded to him. Reynolds, Derrick Henry, I just don't trust him. Justin Tucker, 13 points. In my opinion, the best kicker in the league, 100%. And Packers defense you have tonight. Frankie, he won this week. I'll give him that.
500 now. Gonna be 500.
He's 500. Will it keep up? I don't think so, but you never know. He just needs to make better moves, and he could possibly do it.
Well, yep. And besides Corey and Charlie's matchup, that wraps up week 6. Moving on to what's important and most of us are looking forward to, week 7. So we're going to start it off. Obviously, it's going to land on my game first. I'll take this one. Cream of Lou versus Dem Boys. Sorry, Reynolds, but I am glad I'm playing you, even though I am a little worried. And I'm going to tell you why. First things first, Jameis Winston's on a bye, even though it really doesn't help me that much. But Drew Brees is also out with a thumb injury, and I have, once again, no quarterback. So, right now, I'm looking at James White, Eckler, Hilton, and Cooper Kupp to carry my team, and hopefully Todd Gurley can come back this week. As far as waiver wire pickups, I'm going to have to do something, but that I will not discuss on camera. We'll find out tomorrow. Then also, we have Jared Goff going against Atlanta. Probably going to be a better matchup for Mr. Goff. First things first, Atlanta has not been playing well. Last week, the Rams don't like to lose. They're going to be coming out swinging. Then you got Philip Lindsay versus KC. He's hit or miss. Nick Chubb's on a bye, which I'm very happy for because Chubb's red hot, even though the Browns ain't been winning. Then you got Will Fuller in Indiana. Then you got Gallup in Philly, Witten in Philly. A lot of little Philly games here. Chargers, Derrick Henry, Justin Tucker, Packers. It's really tough to say, but you're projected 100 points. I'm projected 85 with 2 people on a bye. You with 1 bye. You're probably going to be projected to beat me. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I'm not even going to know. Who would you take in this matchup?
It's a tough one. I think it's going to be close. I really cannot pick a winner.
All right, moving on. I'll let you take this one. And it's actually your match.
It's comeback kid of the year versus me, Pussy Madat in the shop. Let's go here and scroll down a little bit. We have a lot of buys here. So Kyle Murray, Giants, Melvin Gordon's playing. Right now I have Madison in from it's backup running back. I will have CMC on a bye. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Julio and Hooper are both playing LA. Could be a shootout. McLaurin, San Francisco, nervous about it. And I have Metcalf, Bears defense against the Saints. Probably a low score.
Definitely a low scoring game. Take the under.
Yes. Buffkin. Case Keenum. Is he going to play him? We don't know what his quarterback situation is. I have no idea.
I feel his pain.
James Conner on a bye. Chris Carson. Thielen. Nervous about him. Cooper. Health status up in the air.
You don't even need to mention Swain. I don't even know.
Tight end. Who knows? Evan Ingram may be back for him. I'm not sure. His flex, Dede Westbrook. He could leave him in. He could switch him out. And then Prater, Seahawks. This is a weird one for me. I am 6-0. I am nervous though. You know, I do have.
You don't have your bread and butter.
I don't have CMC. I don't have Juju Smith-Schuster. Picking a winner. I might suffer my first loss this week. To be honest and honest with you.
You say that, but I'm gonna have to say Nicholas and Medeck and Chat will go 7-0 in this one. Moving on, the Lone Ranger versus Unbeatables. Lone Ranger coming off a hot win versus them boys, which is me, obviously. And then Unbeatables coming off a tough loss. Gonna be 2-4. Really not unbeatable status. You know, he's usually one that's a contender, but he's just starting off in the dumps now. It's really not looking good for his team. He's really getting discouraged, and I think his locker room is starting to feel it. But we're going to start off with the Lone Ranger, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has had a good, solid 2 performances the past couple weeks, mostly because they're playing from behind, because they're not that good. They can't finish, but they're playing LA, and I think it's going to be another good performance for Devontae Freeman and Matt Ryan. Both over 20 points is my projection. Aaron Jones, obviously last week, we're going to see what he does tonight. But last week he had that hammer performance. Will he sustain it? We'll see. Robert Woods, hit or miss. Like against me, he had 1 touchdown, and after that he was quiet the whole game, but the whole offense was. Then you had Michael Thomas at Chicago. Big Mike, you got to always start Michael Thomas, no doubt. But Chicago will be there, and their presence will be felt. But the Saints are still going to take that W. And you got Atkins, tight end at Indiana. We'll see. Marvin Jones, hit or miss to me. But I love me some Marvin. You got Lambeau, and you got Panthers defense on a bye, so you're going to have to make some moves there. We're going to move on to the Unbeatables. You got Terrific Tom playing with the Jets. I think Jets coming off of an emotional win. They're going to get their ass kicked by the Patriots. They're going to go out there with too much confidence, and Brady's going to shove it to them. Then you got Howard at Dallas. Dallas is in shambles right now, and he might get 2 touchdowns on them because they're not real. Fournette's been playing some Fournette fashion, playing at Cincinnati. Should have a great game. Cincinnati absolutely garbage. Alshon Jeffrey at Dallas, good game. Parker, that's a Miami player. Disley, injured. Scanlon, I don't know if you have anybody else you're putting him in with. Kickers on the bye, Rams defense. This is going to be a close match, I think. Closer than we think once all these buys get situated. We'll see. Actually, I'm looking forward to that one. Moving on to Creamy Beige and Brady Bunch. The Cousins.
Cousins, they work together. This should be a pretty good matchup here. Let's see what we got here.
Might be death at
I'll start off
Rayburn.
with Creamy Beige. Thursday night, Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey against Denver, at Denver. Not sure if that's going to be significant or not. Mark Ingram at Seattle. Always tough to play in Seattle. We'll see how it works out. Joe Mixon against Jacksonville. Joe Mixon can play anybody, not do well in my opinion.
Like a little league, you know?
Yeah. Hopkins against the Colts. Tyler Lockett against Baltimore could do well. He has Singletary in his flex right now, which could be coming back from injury. Maybe he knows something we don't know. It's Miami. I understand it. Will Lutz, Patriots defense.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Brady Bunch coming off a good win. And he has Aaron Rodgers in as of right now against Oakland. David Johnson will be playing the Giants. Probably a really good game for him. Josh Jacobs is back against Green Bay. Probably a good game. Edelman will do what he does.
Yep.
Geronimo Allison. He has Greg Olsen on a bye. I'm not sure of his other tight end. Matt Breida is doing pretty good for San Francisco.
Frisco's looking real.
Kicker's been solid, Gonzalez, and the Titans D. Whew. Picking a winner here.
I think Luke Bob's going to run away with this one. That's just me, though. I think he's going to get his win. He's going to be 3-4, and Charlie's going to move on to be 4-3. That's my guess.
All right.
We go with the villain versus Schneef. Obviously, Schneef's not out tonight, so he could very well become 5-1. He could become 4-2. But one thing I do know is that the villain is going to be 2-4, and potentially 2-5 after Schneef's done with him. Let's go ahead and run down and explain why. You got the villain with Sean Watson, who has not been playing bad. Will Fuller, has been really the shiner over there. D-Hop's been covered or even really doing what he does, but hopefully that picks up. Playing in Indiana. Should be a shootout. And you got Le'Veon Bell versus the Patriots. The Patriots defense is really good, but it's still Le'Veon Bell at the end of the day. Then you got Kerryon Johnson versus Minnesota. Who knows? Tyler Boyd, he's a turd. He ain't gonna do much in Jacksonville. Kevin Ridley could all of a sudden have that big game. He could have a 4-point game. You never know. And you got Andrews, your tight end, very solid. He performs well at Baltimore at Seattle. Sonny Michel, I think he's picking up steam. He had a real slow start to this season, but I think he'll do better. Then you got Bucker and the Cowboys defense versus Philly. Now let's go ahead and talk about Schneef. Russell Wilson playing Baltimore. Baltimore is not I don't like having players play Baltimore. For some reason, Baltimore is just a solid defense all around every year. But they're playing at home, and that's a nasty place to play, and Russell's going to get his. Probably a high-scoring game, especially with Jackson throwing all over, and Russell's going to try to compete. Then you got Williams, KC. I discussed earlier, the run game is really hard in KC. They just can't get it going. They might be able to start it versus Denver Broncos. Their defense isn't the same, and we'll see what happens. Alvin Kamara versus Chicago. Hate to say it, even though it's Kamara, Chicago's defense is just completely nasty. Low-scoring game, we still come out with a W. Keenan Allen at Tennessee. Allen's got to have a better performance than he has been the past few weeks, besides that one. He's too much of a weapon. They're underutilizing him, and they need to get him more involved. Kenny Galladay versus Minnesota. I think he's going to have a good game as well. Everett, hit or miss. Who knows? He's a dice throw. Larry Fitzgerald, the veteran. You can always depend on him with your quarterback, Kyle Murray. They're playing at the Giants, and I think he will have a good game. Crosby and the Eagles defense at Dallas. And I'm going to have to go with Mr. Schneef here, taking down the villain, and the villain is just in shambles. And the last matchup, I'm going to let you close it out there, Jeremy. It's going to be Bearded Wonder versus Fireballers.
Versus the Fireballers. Okay, let's see what we got here. Scroll on down here. We'll start off with Bearded Wonder. Carson Wentz at Dallas Sunday night. See what happens. Should be a good performance. He put Duke Johnson in his lineup against the Colts. Did pretty good last week. Dalvin Cook versus Detroit. Detroit has a very good defense, so we'll see how that pans out. Stephon Diggs, good week last week. Will it continue? Not really sure. Christian Kirk still says inactive. Could be back. Maybe he knows something we don't. Zach Ertz again Sunday night. Robbie Anderson against New England. One of those games he's not going to do well in my opinion. His big kicker is on a bye, and 49ers defense against the Redskins. Really like that.
Good play.
Move over to Fireballers. Lamar Jackson at Seattle.
Gonna be tough,
But
he could do well.
I think him and Russell get over 30.
they could do well. LaShawn McCoy at Denver this Thursday. The Kansas City backfield is just, who knows. Zeke against Philadelphia has a very good run defense. We'll see what's going to happen. Mike Evans on a bye. That's a big hole to fill. DJ Chark against Cincinnati will have a bounce back game, 100%. George Kittle at Washington, do George Kittle things. Brandon Cooks at Atlanta, could catch a deep one. Zerline will bounce back from his 1-point performance. Vikings defense. I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Fireballers.
Too. It's well deserved too.
He does deserve. He needs a win.
His team's been putting up points and he just can't catch a break.
Yes.
But that's the last matchup. I really appreciate you coming by, helping us out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I cannot believe Deion Sanders was here today. Now,
I still
you have no idea.
I'm still.
The red tape I had to go through to get that man here. But that's it, guys. That was week 6, and good luck week 7. See you next week.
Good luck, everybody.